Live from Studio 7E in Rockefeller Center, this is News for New York.
We're coming right back with some great travel deals for the new year. You don't want to miss that. Are you dreaming of a trip to a far-off land or maybe even somewhere not that far, but the economy's stopping you? Well, you are not alone. A recent survey by Travelzoo.com found 75% of people questioned say they'll take a vacation this year only if they find a good deal. Well, there are good deals to be had, and here to tell us where they are, at least the top 5 destinations for 2010 is Gabe Saglier. He's a senior editor at Travelzoo, and we welcome you, Gabe. Good
Great to be here.
Back.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks for coming in. Came in from a nice warm place and to a blast of cold air, right?
It's nothing like New York, though. You know, a nice little chill in the morning is nice.
Yeah, all right. Well, I know you want to get back to sunny California as soon as you can, though, right? But how'd you come up with these destinations? What kind of a survey did you take?
Well, we surveyed just before the turn of the new year 1,000 people here in the U.S. and Canada. And then we got together with our global team of Travelzooers, if you will, and came up with a list that we narrowed down to 5. And really, in 2009, we saw amazing travel deals. And I think in 2010, we'll continue to see more of the same. The travel industry is putting out some very aggressive pricing, knowing that we are tightening our budgets.
Right.
Our vacation budgets are smaller. But I think the travel dollar now can stretch pretty far. And there are these great destinations that a couple of years ago were simply too expensive, too far off, or exotic to consider. Now the bucket list is that much more attainable.
The bucket list.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start with one of my favorites. Sue Simmons will love this. Vegas. Sin City is like, wow.
Yeah, well, Vegas saw some amazing values last year, and I think it'll remain the biggest domestic value in 2010. They just opened up their city center a few weeks ago. That added another 5,000 rooms to Las Vegas. Now you're seeing some amazing values, even out of the top-end hotels. I mean, we're looking at $100, $150 night stays at 5 diamond resorts like the Wynn, like the Trump International.
That.
And they're not just reducing rates. They're throwing in extras like resort credits, free upgrades to let you check out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And they'll really treat you like a VIP. And again, you're spending considerably less than you would have just a few years ago.
$150 a night. That's fantastic. And of course, the more less you spend on a hotel, they hope the more you'll spend in the
loosen it
slots,
up at the tables.
right?
That's not
at
a
the
bad
tables,
idea,
right? The Caribbean. There were a lot of good cruise deals last year. You can live on a cruise ship cheaper than pay rent.
It's amazing. We're looking at cruises out of southern Florida for $25 a day out to the Caribbean. I mean, these cruise lines have great availability. They'd rather sail these ships with cabins that they've sold at drastically reduced rates than sailing them empty.
Right.
And we're seeing not only the introduction of new ships, which increases the availability, but also you're going to these ports of call that flying into would be just a lot tougher and a lot more expensive to do. So these great destinations in the Caribbean, again, attainable, but as little as $25 a day on a cruise on some pretty nice vessels out there.
I'm looking at this Royal Caribbean, the Navigator of the Seas.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful boat.
They're doing a sailing at the end of next month out of Miami to their private island in Haiti, and they're also going to Jamaica. $299 for a 6-day sail. A little bit more if you want to do it over Valentine's Day.
Wow, 6 days,
Yeah.
$300. That can't beat that. And here's an interesting Central America. Now, obviously, after the swine flu outbreak, a lot of people are like, I'm not going to Mexico last year, so their tourism dropped off. But
Sure,
you want to go south of that border. You're saying there's some great deals to be had,
well,
right?
Central America has become very tourism savvy. The dollar is still very strong down there. We're looking at places like Costa Rica, Belize, even places like Nicaragua, Panama coming on board with not only great tropical far-off destinations, even their cities are becoming very thriving cosmopolitan centers. But Costa Rica, places like the Arenal volcano, the Monteverde cloud forests, you can get a package out of New York to Costa Rica for a week for under $500 a person.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing, including airfare?
Yeah.
Amazing. And here's a destination a lot of people wouldn't think about, South Africa, except, as you were pointing out earlier, soccer fans.
Yeah, well, soccer fans know that this is the year of the FIFA World Soccer Cup. The president of South Africa, in his New Year's address, called 2010 the biggest marketing opportunity that South Africa has ever seen. So June and early July, when the Cup takes place, throngs of soccer fans, no deals to be found then. But before June and after late July, amazing packages. We're talking about air-inclusive packages out of New York to South Africa for under $2,500 a person. You get game reserve drives. You get wine country tours. You get most of your meals included. This is the year that South Africa is finally, attainable for a lot of folks.
And China. We were talking about the Olympics in China. They built so many new hotels and accommodations, and now the economy has obviously tanked, and they're looking to fill those hotels. Great deals to be had there.
In a big way. You're looking at 5-star hotels in Beijing and in Shanghai for well under $100 a night. Packages out of New York City, the East Coast, for under $1,500 to China for a week-long stay. tours, meals, and access to some of these great historic locations that, again, are on our bucket list and that are finally affordable.
Wow. How long do you think these rates will stay in place, Gil?
I think this is going to be a year-long event, definitely the first half of the year, but I think if the economy stays the way it is, this could be another big year for travel deals internationally.
Wow. Save your pennies.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much, Gabe.
My pleasure.
And appreciate you coming in. If you set up a website for viewers who want to check out these deals, just go to travelzoo.com/TV/WNBC. And we will, of course, post that to our website, NBCNewYork.com.